sometimes like I really do feel like I am just a teenager with like a lot of responsibility.
Even in your caption, what are you saying in your caption when you post?
Yes,
Is that
yes.
you? I don't go to class the same way where I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to be called out for this select group. I need my camera. Somebody like
Finding yourself outside of what you do, I think that's been my biggest challenge in the last couple months because I've been so used to doing everything for my business.
And I think that kind of has helped me in terms of being intentional with where I put my energy and where I put my focus and how much. And like,
Is this even what I want to be doing? Welcome to Let's Just Be Real with me, your host, Marissa Tong. I'm a multi-passionate creative entrepreneur who's on a journey to create my dream life in a world where adulting just gets too real sometimes. On this podcast, we talk about all things beyond surface level to leave you feeling inspired to think bigger, unapologetically prioritize your self-care, and discover your true, authentic self. Think of me as your unfiltered but wise auntie who just wants the best for all of us. So grab your journal or maybe a glass of wine and let's get real. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Just Be Real podcast. I'm your host, Marissa Tong, and today I'm joined by returning guest, my girl, Carly Harper. Hey, girl.
hey.
We also are here with a live audience, so shout out
Yeah.
to our live audience.
One of them includes a canine, which is pretty cool. So, hey, how's it going?
Oh my God.
You
Yeah.
avoided eye
So we're here in New York, in Hudson Valley, New York. I'm hosting my retreat, Summer Solstice Retreat. It's the official start of summer. So that's really exciting. And yeah, we're here. We're going to be talking about all things self-care, pouring into yourself, detaching from work, creating an identity outside of work, outside of your responsibilities, and really, understanding what that looks and feels like.
Yeah.
So, Carly, can you tell the people just a little bit about yourself in case they missed that first episode that you were on?
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Carly Harper. That is, in fact, me. I'm a Jersey girl through and through. I'm so proud to be a Jersey girl. Come
How
on
you
now.
doing?
How you doing? Okay, Wendy Williams, but like, a little, it's a vibe. So yeah, I'm from Jersey. I am a dancer. I went to college for dance, so I have a BFA in dance studies, and I minored in English. I owned a dance studio for 6 years, and that was for kids up through adults. And I had that for 6 years. I closed in 2020 during the pandemic. It was such a
Tough year. We were just talking about that in the kitchen.
It's crazy. Also, that that was 5 years ago. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's wild. Like, the concept of time. I'm like that's.
It's insane.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy. But I had a good run with my studio. It was cute. It was
Yeah.
cute. 6 years.
Yeah.
And throughout that and up until now, I'm still dancing professionally. Not as much as I was prior to the pandemic, but your girl can still 5, 6, 7.
Period.
You're
not just a dancer. You are a creative. You're a creative being.
I thank you. You know what? Yes.
Yeah.
I am. I would say I definitely am. I also model, and I got more serious about that right after the pandemic in terms of taking my modeling more seriously and understanding that industry a little bit more, because it definitely parallels the dance industry.
Yes.
But there are differences.
Yes.
And I was like, if I want to profit and like make this something for real for me, I need to
Make a
invest in
living.
I was like, I need to learn a little bit more. So
Yeah.
I do model. You can find me on Amazon. But let me pause. Let me not get too excited there. But I do love to model. I do that as well. And I'm a group fitness instructor. And I just got into voiceover work.
Yes.
So this is new for me.
Yes.
I have
good
hosting.
practice.
Yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
my voice is cool.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going? So yeah, that's been really cool. And I think too, from my past with doing hosting, and I used to MC for a national dance competition circuit. I hosted Club NYC. That's curated by Charles Smith on Instagram. He's at King Chuckaduck. Check him out.
Yes.
So hosting those shows has also been such a pleasure, and just being part of the New York City dance community. I'm like, yes. So yeah, voiceover work is like a little different from that, but it's related. It's like a cousin.
It's all creative. It's all entertainment. It's all the arts.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Using all your gifts. We like that.
I think on our last podcast episode, we talked about boxes and how like they don't exist. Like there's no box. Like you can do what you want to do. in living
Can
color.
we talk about like niching down a little bit?
Yeah.
And why that is such a dangerous narrative, I feel like, for creatives specifically, when there's all these like social media gurus and people out here who are like, you need to niche down. You need to focus on one topic. You need to focus on one thing. You need to talk about one thing. You need to only put your energy into this one thing, where there's like people like you and me who are, we want to have our pocket in this and our hand in this, and we want to like, you know, kind of taste everything and use our gifts.
100%.
Can we talk about like, have you ever been asked to be put in a box or to niche down or to focus on one particular thing?
Okay, I will say this, and this is not to be controversial or anything based off of what you just said. I don't want to contradict, because I really do believe that like no boxes, like you can be successful, and we all define success differently, but you can be successful in multi lanes and create your own lanes. Like I wholeheartedly believe that, and I've experienced that, and I've achieved that. So there's hands down, like that is on the record, I am saying that. But at the same time, when it does come to like certain aspects within your brand, you do have to be intentional with what you're doing. So for me, for example, with my modeling, when I submit for work or if I get hired for work, there's certain aspects where I know that I'm like very commercial. I'm very like, you know, there's certain aspects that I'm like, this is part of Carly's brand and how I want to represent myself.
Yes.
So to a certain extent, you don't need to niche down per se. And I am versatile in terms of, I don't want to say this to be like, oh, only book me for commercial work and smiley things, because I can, your girl can serve in terms of variety, versatility. But, you know, it is important to be intentional with how you're putting yourself out there, if that makes sense. So it's like, you don't need to niche down and let's just have a one focus. But at the same time, I feel like it is important to be intentional with your lanes
and the energy, maybe how much energy you're putting into the different things.
Sure.
And also being realistic where you are going to have different seasons. I think we were talking about that too in the kitchen, like just having different seasons in your life where, okay, more of my energy is going to go into this right now.
Yep.
Or, you know, maybe I'm going to take a step back from doing, let's say, podcasting, right?
Sure.
Like, okay, cool. This is great. Like, this is something I'm trying to build. It's a different portion of the business, but maybe my business needs more focus in this right now, the marketing or whatever. So having that kind of like awareness, the self-awareness of how much energy can you actually put out and what's realistic without burning yourself out. And then also, which we're going to talk about today, is like having your identity outside of work and outside of what you do.
Yeah.
And understanding that sometimes like, okay, well, outside of me showing up as a dancer or doing my voiceover work or as a host, who am I?
Right.
You know, like figuring that out. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, you said something in terms of awareness. I think that is huge. And I think for me personally, like the older I've gotten, I feel like I'm tapping into that more. So not to say I wasn't aware of my character or who I was, so to speak, as a person in my 20s and stuff like that. But I feel like, you know, your 20s, we're growing.
You're figuring out.
You're figuring some stuff out. You might be doing some things, and you might be doing things in your 30s or your 40s or your 60s or, you know, your life. It's always going to be, we're always going to be evolving as people. But in terms of self-awareness and just reflection, I think that I've tapped into that a little bit more. And I think that kind of has helped me in terms of being intentional with where I put my energy and where I put my focus and how much. And like you just mentioned too, like, maybe I need to peel back from this a little bit and have my focus for this moment, this season, be on group fitness or, hey, you know what? My money is kind of changing a little bit. Let me remix this a little bit and I can tap into my voiceover work a little bit more because that can get me a little bit more money or whatever the case may be. So I think self-awareness has helped me in terms of trying to find that balance, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think as we grow and as we get older, we are forced to be a little bit more self-aware, you know, and I think it's going to be a different journey for everybody at different points in their life. Or going through certain things where it's like a wake-up call, like, girl, you do need to be more aware of what you're doing, what you're putting your time into, maybe the people that you're in relationships with, whether that's romantic, platonic, professional, whatever. So I think over time, you do learn more awareness. And we're in our 30s, you know, our guest over here, our girl over here, she's our same age as well. So it's like, it's that constant learning, unlearning, you know, just doing that check-in with yourself, which I think is important too. And that's something that I like to push out to the community. I talk about it on the podcast. I talk about it just like checking in with yourself. Like, how do I feel right now with all the things that I'm doing? Does this even still align with the person I'm becoming? You know, like sometimes we get so attached to an identity or a thing that we've gotten so comfortable doing where it's like, okay, this is not even working for you anymore. So what's happening?
Remix, yeah. And we evolve. I feel like sometimes people might perceive evolution as like, quote unquote, a bad thing because it's like, well, people know me for this, so I have to be this. But it's like you just said, like we seriously, we really do evolve. So that's okay. I feel like that's what life is. Like, we learn things, like you said, we unlearn things. Maybe there was something that you were doing for years, literally years, and people might have identified you as like, oh, Marissa is blank, like whatever that X is, right? And like you said, maybe it doesn't serve you anymore, or it was such a great run, and you move forward from it, and you learned a lot of things and helped shape you into the person that you are. And maybe it pauses and then you go back to it. And like, that's also part of evolution. I don't think there's ever like what is this reference when it's like
linear.
Yeah. Hashtag lines. I don't think, what is this? This is a line. I don't think.
A road. There's no such thing as a straight road.
Thank you for being my brain, because this is why I need you in my life. This is why.
I need you, girl. I need you.
We need each other. This is what, see, accountability, friendship, evolution. We help each other evolve. Yeah. Hashtag line. Yes. I don't think that life is intended to just be this linear or whatever. Lines. Yes, lines. In terms of just growing and evolving and changing. And even when it comes to things like hard things in life where maybe you're dealing with a breakup or loss of a job or anything, it's like, sure, things can get better, or grief. Like it comes in waves. Like that's part of life, you know? So in terms of evolving, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not necessarily just linear. So it might be like this and then this and then this and then backwards and then this, and like, that's okay. Again, no boxes.
Are you ready to dance, sweat, and level up your confidence this summer, all from the comfort of your own home? Well, guess what, baddie? Our online dance and fitness classes are officially live. This means no matter where you are in the world, you can tap into our signature energy, real vibes only. As a member, you get 24/7 access to dance tutorials, full body workouts, stretch sessions, and our growing library of most requested combos. We have over 100 plus videos on demand, so you can do them whenever you want. Oh, and it gets better. Every membership includes a full Rhythm and Pumps Heels Fundamentals course with 10 powerful modules designed to help you feel 10 times more confident dancing in heels or without. So if you're ready to build your skill, your strength, your self-love, your confidence, get into our on-demand programs and memberships. We have 2 memberships available, and you can choose them based on your budget or based on your current goals. You can join Rhythm and Pumps, which starts at only $19.99 a month. This is for the girl who's trying to get into her heels bag, okay? 24/7 access to all of our heels combos, all of our training modules, and choreo sessions. Again, that Fundamentals 101 course is going to be key to starting your heels journey, girl. You also get access to our community group online, so you can hype each other up. You can get notified when we drop new tutorials and all that good stuff. Plus, you're gonna get flexibility in core training. Our second membership is our Real Rhythm Unlimited membership. Now, this is our most popular, okay? It is premium, and it's only $10 more than Rhythm and Pumps. You get all access training, so workouts on demand with or without weights. You get access to various dance classes and choreo tutorials, including hip hop, heels, and commercial pop, guided meditations with myself, affirmations, all that mindset work that you need to feel your best from the inside to the out. And you also get access to our online community and exclusive live streams every single month. So if this sounds like something you're trying to get into, I invite you to check out our online memberships by heading over to www.realrhythmdanceandfitness.com and check out the special promo code in the show notes for Let's Just Be Real podcast listeners only. You're welcome, and I'll see you online. Have you ever had a particular instance in your life, or even where you are now, right, in your 30s, and maybe you were doing something in your 20s professionally, let's say that, where now you're like, I don't even want to do that anymore, or
Ooh. Yeah.
that's not even me anymore.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Yes, but also no. Can I elaborate?
Yeah.
Okay, this also might sound controversial, but hashtag it doesn't have to be. I don't know. But, right, so I do include dance as part of something that I do, someone who I am. But low key, things have changed for me within the past couple of years where I don't view dance the same way I did when I was in my 20s or before the pandemic, or even like post college when I was like just coming out of college. I'm like, I'm gonna dance until I'm 95.
Yes.
I still feel that in my heart, but it's different now at this point because I don't go to class the same way where I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to be called out for this select group. I need my camera. Somebody, like, it's just shifted for me. And to be honest, I'm not even, I don't want to say this on the record, but I'm going to say it. I don't train like I used to. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay. And I'm kind of going through this right now where I'm trying to see what that looks like with where dance is not. Because every time I see someone or they're asking, oh, are you still dancing? Are you doing? And I'm like, yeah. But like, I'm really not though.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm okay with that. I'm not like necessarily hung up on like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be forgotten or out of sight, out of mind. Because our industry, that industry is kind of like that. The entertainment industry is
if you're not there, if you're not constantly involved, showing face, showing up,
it's hard. It's hard. And it doesn't mean that I think I'm any less talented or that I'm not able to. And I feel like I do take care of my body. So in terms of like the physicality, I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah. Like I could still 5, 6, 7. That's what I'm saying.
But that can look different for you where it's like, I'm taking care of my body, but I'm doing more yoga. I'm doing more Pilates. I'm doing more weight training. I'm doing more things that feel good, or I'm just trying out different styles, modalities, you know, whereas like dance might have been just that for you for so long, but now it's like,
right,
let me evolve.
Yeah. Seriously. So I'm tapping into that. And I think it's almost like a conversation that kind of gets swept under the rug because our industry is so like, you have to post, you have to make sure that you're seen, you have to make sure that your Instagram is like top notch at all times and that you're relevant. And it's like, yeah, but am I trying to book a tour tomorrow? Like I could, maybe someone call me, hey, but like realistically, like I'm okay if that doesn't happen for me.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with taking classes more at this point for like the quote unquote fun, as opposed to being like, I need to get booked from this class.
Yes.
I need someone to hire me direct booking because I met this person and they're going to connect me. If that happens, that's great. And it has happened for me. And I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've had.
Yeah.
But it's shifted for how I view dance at this point. So I will say like, it's not the same.
Yeah, I can agree. I definitely agree. And I think, I don't know if it's something in your 30s. I think there used to be this like stigma of like, you know, you're an old dancer past a certain age. Like you're old,
Not
blah,
true.
blah, 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 whatever.
Not true.
And I don't think it's that you're old. I think you mature and maybe your priorities might change, or you want to evolve in the industry in a different way. Maybe you're getting more into production.
Yes.
Or you're getting more into, you know, just staging and costume. It could be, there's so many different ways to still be in the industry without like dancing every single day, training your body. And we do age and our bodies do change. And, you know, in your 30s, you do need to be a little bit more mindful of how you are treating your body. You're not going to be just dropping in splits, not warmed up.
Are you kidding me?
You know, and like things that you could do 1920. It's different. You have to be more mindful. But I think too, something I'm seeing and then something I'm also feeling, I'm seeing it within our like, you know, society, millennials, whatever. But I'm also feeling like I enjoy the business aspect more sometimes.
Sure.
So instead of like always being on, like you said, or needing to show up and perform and like needing to be like, hey, look what I can do, you know, like it's fun. Like, like I love performing. I'm never gonna stop loving dance, but I think showing up in a different way and then seeing how you can impact people in different ways. For instance, like my retreats, my podcast, you know.
Look at where we are. Hello.
Yeah. And it's like, but I still consider myself a dancer, but that's not all I am,
Right.
and just finding that acceptance, I
Right.
think is hard sometimes.
Acceptance. That's
Yeah.
it. I think that is it. I do agree with that. And it's so, I think it's important to surround yourself with people that can kind of keep you grounded, and not in a way where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so pretentious because I did this and I booked this and this is my resume. Not like, but just having somebody there to be like, it's okay. It's okay. It's shifted and that's okay. I think if you have, whether it's a partner, friendship, somebody who's like, we're both dancers, like you just said, like whoever that might be and whatever that looks like, I think it's important to be able to kind of have that almost like transition of like, or acceptance, like you said. I think it's more just like acceptance of like, okay, this has shifted and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And we have time. That's an affirmation I've been saying to myself a lot. Just like, girl, you have time.
Yeah.
Whenever someone tells me like, oh my God, I'm so old, I'm 35. It's like, how old do you want to live to? Like, do you want to be 90? Do you want to live to 100? Because if that's the case, you're not even at your halfway mark of your life.
We're not halfway there yet.
And you're calling yourself old at 35? Like, come on.
People.
Stop. Stop it right now.
Get it together.
Please stop. And I still feel sometimes like I really do feel like I am just a teenager with like a lot of responsibilities. Like,
yeah.
I really do feel, and I'm grateful that I can still connect with my inner child. I think dance allows us to do that a lot.
Yeah.
But it's also like, damn, I really am an adult. This is crazy.
I know. Like, what are we doing with like the bills and taxes and stuff? I'm
What's
like,
that about?
Like, what are we doing? I'm supposed to just be going to class and then going out and then sitting down. And here I am not doing. Actually, let me just pause right there. It's like, let me incriminate myself or something. I paid my taxes, everyone. It's all right. They're paid. Whatever.
Girl.
Hashtag adulting.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. But having that acceptance, like you said, it's hard. It can be.
It can
hard.
be.
Yeah.
It can be.
But it's a journey, and it's always about learning yourself.
Yeah.
Learning and getting clear and taking space away from other people's expectations too. Because people throw them on you.
Ding, ding, ding. That's it.
That's it.
That is it.
Yeah.
You gotta think for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to pivot the conversation a little bit, and I want to talk about just kind of remembering who you are and coming back to your authentic self, right? I think we're in the generation of like social media, needing to show up in a certain way, needing to post a number of reels and whatever. You need to post this carousel. You need to do this. This is how you're going to get more views. This is how the algorithm is going to push out your thing. You should be doing that. And it's like, is this even what I want to be doing? Like,
oh my goodness.
So when it comes to someone who's like public facing, we're out here, we have public jobs, we're hosting, we're talking to people, we're leading conversations, we're also influencing our communities. How do you show up authentically? Like, how do you continue to just be yourself? Because you're really good at that, just coming in, being yourself. Like, your personality just always shines through. I don't think you're ever, well, in my eyes, it doesn't seem like you're ever trying to live up to something or be like someone else. So, like, how do you tap into your authenticity?
That was so sweet. Are you kidding me? I got little goosies.
Stop.
Marissa, I love you.
Stop. I love you.
5, 6, 7. Okay, that's a really good question, and I personally feel like I do have a sense of who I am. So in terms of me personally, I'm just Carly, and I don't mean that to like undermine myself and say just. I am Carly. I am, and like I said, I have a sense of knowing who I am. So when I am in certain situations where it's like you're with a celebrity or you're doing this or you have to be around these people or whatever the case may be, and I say that in quotations because everybody is people. Like, seriously.
Everyone is a human.
Yes. Yeah, I said the grammar. I said that's strange.
But no.
But yes.
Yeah,
like,
people, human.
People are people. Like,
yes.
Everyone is a person.
Yes.
So I feel like when you present yourself in a way that is authentically you, it makes things very easy because I'm not trying to be like, oh, if I do this, then I'll book this job, or hey, this network. Okay, I have to look at this like a networking thing. And yes, That is true. And like you said, for public face and influencing, yes, there are aspects that are, hey, you do have to post this. This does matter to a certain extent in terms of how frequently you're posting or whatever. Yeah, there are some logistics behind that where it is true. But I think in terms of how you present, whether it's in person or on social media, it is really important that, yes, for the brand, but it's just, even in your caption, what are you saying in your caption when you post?
Yes,
Is that you?
Yes.
Or does it sound, we talked about ChatGPT the other day.
Yes.
We both
Yes.
use and love ChatGPT.
For like assistant work.
100%.
Yes.
No shade there. We love it. Great tool.
Yeah.
But it's like, everything is AI. So even something as simple as like, I'm going to post this picture of myself. I just did this photo shoot. This is something I can say that's me in the caption. Because it's like, okay, in the photo shoot, I might be serving like model, but I don't walk around.
Photoshop or whatever.
Yeah. Trust me, I have a zit on my head right now. Like it's not always me. The Photoshop, it's not always me. But in my caption, I could say, hey, I'm loving this girl today. And that's me. You know what I mean? Or like, you have the ability to show up in ways like that. So something like simple, like your caption, or when you're in front of other people, if you're an outgoing person and you're going to talk, that's kind of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
If you're a little bit more reserved and maybe you don't approach somebody with speaking, but you smile, then smile.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just, you don't have to be somebody else. Because I also feel like people can read through phoniness as well.
Absolutely.
People can pick that up.
I'm great at that. I love that. I actually like, that is my
mood.
My shit. Like just
Ooh.
reading into like between the lines and just being
like,
this is coming off kind of
suspicious.
I don't know. I'm not buying it. That's just Scorpio in me. I'm always skeptical of people and things that I see on the internet.
Is that a Scorpio
yes,
trait?
Very skeptical and non-trusting of people.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Am I okay with how you read me? How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're good.
Let's just say real recognizes real.
Hey.
Let's just be real. Okay.
Name of the podcast. Okay, let's drop it in there. Come on, plug. There we go. There we go. That's what the kids say, right? Purr? Is that the thing?
That's what the kids say.
The Riz and the purr. I realized Riz means charisma. Did you know that?
I never heard that term.
Riz? Yeah, guys,
People
listen to
say
that.
Riz?
That's what the kids say. 100%.
But
I learned
what way do they use
charisma.
it?
So instead of saying like, yo, he had so much Riz, he had charisma to like pick up that girl.
No way. They're not saying that.
Look it up. Guys, Riz, charisma. But is that cringy that I just said that now? Take that out. Delete that. I don't know.
Delete that.
Hit it undo.
Oh my God. One of our guests is like looking in the window.
From outside. This might go in here too. I don't know. We'll see.
This is hilarious. I'm loving, just thank you so much, Carly, for coming. And I feel like we could talk forever.
We could.
We really could.
Dynamic duo.
But I have to remember this is being filmed.
Oh, yes.
So I'm like, we're on a time schedule.
Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all. So I just bought a brand new pair of professional dance heels from Burju Shoes, and I am completely obsessed. These are not only fashionable, but they're completely, absolutely comfortable. They're so lightweight, they fit my foot like a glove, and my feet are just completely happy. Versus when I first started taking heels classes and teaching heels classes, I was just picking up random heels from department stores, and they were killing my feet. My feet would be swollen, I would have blisters, they would scuff up the floor at the dance studio. So I'm so happy that I came across Burju Shoes. These are without a doubt the best heels in the industry, and a few celebrities including Chloe Bailey, J-Lo, and Megan Thee Stallion have been spotted wearing these during their big performances, so you know they're good. You absolutely need to invest in yourself this year and stop wasting your money on shoes that will only last you a week, girl, okay? If you're looking to level up and get into your heels bag and, just build your confidence, confidence, you're gonna need the right shoes. So these shoes will completely level up your dancing and help build your confidence because you're not worried about how your feet feel. Me and my clients have been wearing Berger shoes for a few years, and I'm honestly never gonna switch back. Like, I would never switch back to a department store heel, okay, honey? These shoes are lightweight, stylish, durable, and they come in a variety of different heel heights and styles for every different type of dance. The service is incredible, and if you need to exchange a size, they'll quickly help you do that. I do recommend ordering one full size up since these shoes are meant to hug your foot. So check out the amazing selection at bergershoes.com. Use my discount code RISFITKitty. That's RISSFITKITTY to save some cash on your next purchase. And let's get to dancing.
But
before we go, can I ask you a super quick question?
Yeah.
In terms of authenticity for you, you are recently a bi-coastal baddie, and she's on the West Coast over in, can I say where? Yeah. San Diego, and still repping your Jersey roots. Come on now, Jers. Come through with the 1-2. How is that for you in terms of navigating? I mean, being bi-coastal, that's something to navigate within itself, but how do you feel in terms of meeting people and branching out with the brand, and how has that been so far in terms of the past, 5 months for you? Is it spill the deets?
Oh my God. Yeah. It's been 6 months that I've been there. I moved at the top of the year. That was like a goal for me. That was a goal for a couple years. That was something I was manifesting in private. But yeah, we made it happen. I think this is probably one of the biggest life changes, adjustments that I've ever experienced. Like, I grew up super comfortable, 33 years, my whole life in Jersey, never lived anywhere else. My parents, pretty sheltered. I talk about this on the podcast sometimes, but I was sheltered, very protective parents. So moving across the country by myself, not really knowing anybody. I do know, a couple people over there in the dance community, but no family over there. It's been an adjustment. It has.
Yeah.
And I think I've had to, going back to finding yourself outside of what you do. I think that's been my biggest challenge in the last couple months, because I've been so used to doing everything for my business the past, 8 years.
Yeah.
And now transitioning into this position where I have a team here.
Yeah.
And I can trust, going back to the trust piece, us Scorpios were I've definitely had to learn how to trust and release and let go and take my hand off of the freaking wheel, because I cannot do everything.
You are amazing, but you are right. You cannot do everything.
Thank you.
I love you though.
Yeah. No, I've learned that, girl.
Yeah.
It's it's not worth it. Burnout is never worth it.
No.
And as far as networking, growing the business, I've been taking my time. There's no rush. I think most important thing for me this year has been just healing through a lot of things that I've gone through in the past couple years.
Okay.
Pandemic. Last year was really challenging for me as far as my dance community in Jersey. There were some infiltrators, people coming in and causing drama, things like that. We had to do a nice clearing of the community. Yeah, a nice sage.
Okay.
So just healing through that, working on my own shit, trying to make sure I feel good, my mental health's in check, my physical body's in check. I also have an identity outside of being an entrepreneur and just being Wristfit Kitty, dancer, whatever. Who am I, outside of that? So that's been really my focus in my journey as far as moving to San Diego. One of the reasons I moved there is because it is a place where I feel deeply connected to nature. There's a big wellness community there. It's a better quality of life for me. I'm talking me personally. It might not be for everybody.
Sure.
But me personally, I feel I can be more connected to myself, and then I can show up better in my business and for my team and, for everybody, my dog. When I feel good. So I've just been really trying to focus on that. The business, obviously, that's my baby too. That's my second child. So of course I'm going to still be riding and trying to grow it and network. I'm also an extroverted introvert. So I really like my alone time. I love being at home.
Hey.
That's been a challenge too. Just getting out my comfort zone and meeting new people.
Sure.
Networking. But I feel good now that it's summer, we're out of that winter spring slump.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling hopeful and excited to just put myself out there.
Yay.
So yeah.
I'm so proud of
bi-coastal
you.
thing, I don't know. I haven't gotten that down yet. So
Okay.
I don't know. It's like,
It's a process.
it's a lot too. Traveling back and
Yeah.
forth it's a lot.
You know what? Why do we not have teleportation? Why is that not a thing yet? Come on.
Period.
Because I would pay for teleportation insurance. Make sure all my particles show up somewhere.
That's
I
a
would.
goal.
Somebody,
Honestly,
somebody better do something
somebody will.
soon.
Who's the guy? The moon guy? Jeff Bezos? One of them rich people.
I don't know. We just learned about Riz, aka Charisma. We're learning about. I don't know. We don't know the things, but we know that something's gonna go down.
Something is gonna go down. We might have to invent it. Just put me in a tube and shoot me over to the East Coast in 2 hours.
I
Imagine how fast that would have to go to clear it.
We're gonna press pause on this one, but yes, but also not for that technique. But yes. I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you, though.
Thank you.
That takes so much. That takes so much courage
Thank
and
you.
just
Yeah.
like you said.
I'm crying from laughing.
I was gonna say,
Maybe a little emotional, but also from laughing.
hey, let it out. Let's just be real. That's the name of your podcast.
Yeah,
You can be real. You can shed a tear or two if you need.
Yeah.
But I am really proud of you.
Thank you.
That takes so much. So just take it one step at a time. Again, not everything is linear.
Yeah, no.
Right? So
Definitely
just,
not.
you know.
Absolutely not. And yeah, it's just enjoy the journey. Like
Yeah.
that's all I can really say. Just enjoy as much as you possibly can out of life. Like
Yeah.
shit is going to be hard.
Yep.
At some point in your life,
Yep.
you're going to deal with people. Your camera's going to be dying. Yeah, you definitely can't control everything. So it is what it is. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Do what you can. Every day, just do something that you love. Do something that's going to push you forward towards your goals.
Right.
And just have fun.
Live.
You know? Live. You know?
That's it.
Vibe out.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you, Carly, for coming. This was a vibe. I
You're a
appreciate you
vibe.
so much. I love your energy. Like,
Thank you.
and we haven't known each other that long. Like we follow each other on
I know.
Instagram for I feel like years.
Years.
Yeah, years. And then we just connected through the podcast last year.
Last year.
Last year. Now we're working together professionally. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that partnership. So
Me too.
yeah.
Me too. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for having me.
Of course.
I support you always. You're such a beautiful person. And even though, yeah, we really, for real, like we have not known each other like for a long time,
No.
but I feel like connected with you
Yes.
and just like good energy.
Yes,
And I
yes.
respect you so much. And I am really proud of you, seriously.
Thank
So
you.
like, I'm just, when you were like, come for the podcast, I was like, tell me when and where.
Thank you.
5, 6, 7.
Thank you.
She's the one. You're the
Thank
one.
you. I appreciate that. And again, thank you for being here. Please tell the people where they can find you on social media.
You can find me actually in your dreams. Because no, I'm just kidding. Edit that one out too. It's okay. So you can find me on Instagram and TikTok with One Whoa Man Gig. It's supposed to be like one woman gig, but like whoa for extra. So it's the number 1 and then whoa, WOAHMANGIG. Can I also put in another little plug?
Plug it all. And we'll link everything too.
Okay, cool. So recently, me and my man,
Ooh.
I'm so in love, and
Ooh, this needs to be next episode.
spicy. No, it doesn't have to be spicy. It's okay, but we're fun. But we have a couple's account. It's called Soul and Silk. He was born in Seoul, South Korea, so that's our handle. We actually used ChatGPT to come up with a handle. We're like Black woman and Asian man and make it funny, and then Soul and Silk popped up. So I'm Silk and he's Soul.
That is so cute.
Yeah. So we're just building that and doing a little influencing with that and different reviews, and we lip sync, and he's in entertainment too, so it's kind of cool. And yeah, we have a lot of fun. So Soul and Silk on all platforms, TikTok, Insta.
I like
YouTube.
that.
Thanks.
Come on, partnership.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Girl,
Yeah.
I just found out you had a man. I'm like, yes, popping out with a man. I love when the girls pop out just out of nowhere and it's like, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
Oh,
you'll
that's
have to meet him.
beautiful.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
So.
Carly, thank you.
Thank
Go
you.
follow her
Yeah.
and her mans.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be trying to follow just the mans though. You gotta follow
Oh,
the
I wasn't even thinking about that
whole page. Okay. Don't be trying to search.
I'm gonna find out. I will find out. No, I'm just kidding.
Period.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
But make sure you follow and also connect with us. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you are subscribed. Like, comment, share this video with a friend. If you're on Instagram, follow us, Wristfit Kitty, my personal Let's Just Be Real pod, so you can get all the clips, all the things, all the BTS. And yeah, y'all, make sure you rate and review. That helps us out so much. We're looking to do big things with the podcast this year and going forward. So we would love if you leave us a nice rating and review on Spotify or Apple. So thank you. Thank you to our audience, our street guest, my Milo. He's being such a good boy right now.
He is.
Okay.
He's coming over for a little debut. Well, not debut.
Watch the chords, bro.
Hi.
You know, he's definitely pulled out like a mic cord of me recording at home. Like,
he wants the attention. He's like, Mom. Yeah.
Do you want to say hi to the people?
Oh.
Later.
He's adorable. Just know that.
Thank you. Thank
you, Marissa.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you in another episode. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.